Hi everybody, today is day 6 of realistic fiction, and you guys, I wanted just to let you know, which I think you might know already, that sometimes writers find a character that they like and then they stick with that character. Now, do you guys all know Mercy Watson? Yeah, everybody knows Mercy Watson. I love Mercy Watson. So every story that starts with Mercy Watson, does she like have a whole new house every time and a whole new town that she lives in? No, Mercy Watson always lives at 55 Decawoo Drive because that's kind of Mercy's life. So one thing that writers do when they find a character that they really like is they make multiple stories. Multiple is a fancy word for more than one. They make multiple stories of that character, but they don't change every single thing about the character. Yeah, they just change the adventures. So the first thing that you do when you write a series book, which is a book about the same character but many adventures, the first thing that you do is you use the same pretend characters. So in Mercy Watson, the characters, C-H-A-R, the characters are Mercy and Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson. Yeah, so you use the same characters, but you start a new day or night. It could be a night. You start a new day or a night in each story. So if you think about it, in one Mercy Watson book, it might be like a Monday where Mercy decides to eat all of Eugenia's pansies. Do you remember that? When Eugenia and Baby planted all of those flowers and then Mercy ate all of them? Do you remember? Yeah, that was one book. There was another book that was set at Halloween time, right? Remember when Mrs. Watson wanted Mercy to wear that pink princess dress and Mercy didn't want to, but then she decided to do it because of the butter barrel candies. Do you remember that one? Yeah. And then there was a whole nother story on a day where that burglar, what was his name? Leroy Ninker? Was that his name? Remember that? Where he came in and tried to steal things and Mercy sat on him? Yeah. And then the one time where the firemen had to come and get General Washington down out of the tree. Yeah, there were so many stories about Mercy Watson, but they weren't all on the same day. Like this is everything that Mercy did on Monday. No way. They weren't all on the same day. Now, another thing that I said, so we're going to use the same pretend characters and we're going to start on a new day every time. And then the next thing that we can do is have things happen in the same place. So what I was saying about Mercy living at 55 Decawoo Drive is that sometimes, like when Mercy goes for a ride, remember Mr. Watson, they went somewhere, but they started at their house because that's where they live. So that's another thing when you do series, you have things happen in the same place and you include the same friends or family members. So like Mercy Watson, in her books, you have Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson, and then you have Eugenia Lincoln. I'm going to give her a frown because she's such a sourpuss. And then you have Baby Lincoln, and then you have Officer Limonello? No. What's the officer's name, you guys? You have the officer, and you have General Washington, the cat, And then you have that little boy and that little girl who went trick-or-treating and had a tea party one time. I can't remember their names right now either. But yeah, so you have some of the same supporting characters. And then the other thing is you write different adventures. Now, if you think about the Mercy Watson books, if every single Mercy Watson book was about Mercy at Halloween, that would start to get a little bit boring, and people would say, I don't really want to read about Mercy and Halloween again, right? But when we think about Mercy Watson books, we never think, ugh, I don't want to read that again, because Mercy is always having new adventures. Yeah, if you guys want to not think of a new characters every single time to write about, but you want to use the same characters and write a series of stories, you can use the same characters and just make them have different adventures. I know that I have been writing a series, well, I really haven't, I've been writing some stories about a girl named Sally, but I haven't really turned it into a series yet. I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to think real hard of a new character and maybe who that new character's friends will be, or maybe their family, and where I will have that character live. And then I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm different adventures that character maybe can go on. Yeah, sometimes writers, they make lists of things, and that way when it's time to write, you don't have to go, oh, I don't know what to write. I don't know what kind of adventure to go on today. I don't know. You can keep a list. Yeah, so if you want to start a series of the same characters having different adventures, start yourself a list of what kind of adventures those characters could go on. And then when it's time to write, you don't even have to brainstorm again because you already have it there. Yeah. So today, this is your job. I want you to either pick some characters that you've already made up, or think of some new characters and decide to write a series of books with your new characters. Give them a good place to live. Give them some friends or some family. Make up all those characters and think about the different adventures they will take. And today, only write about one adventure, but make a list of your other adventures that you think of. And then, like tonight when you're brushing your teeth, you might think, oh, wait, I could have a story about my character when they're brushing their teeth and they drop their toothbrush. You can go back to your list and you can write that down on your list just really quickly so you don't forget the idea. That's what I do all the time. You guys should see the lists that I make so I don't forget things. So you guys keep a list of all the adventures that your characters could go on. Okay? Oh, I can't wait to get to writing today. It's my favorite time of the day. All right, use all that you know. Go write. Have fun.